Ranked teams. We've done a lot of things this week with pitching staffs and batting orders and all those kinds of things. Even DH a little bit. Let's do the teams, the best ball and the players. We did that with Trout and Yelich. Let's do the ball clubs, the top 5 ball clubs. In my eyes, as we get ready here to start in about 6-7 days, I'll go 5-1. I'm going to leave one out that you could arguably put in. I'll leave that for Bruce. So I'm going to start the Mets at number 5. Cespedes back, universal DH for him will help. They obviously have good offense. They do have, big-time starting pitcher. They got a bunch of number 4 starters after that, but they do have, obviously, DeGrom. Betances could really help in that bullpen. They've had a pretty good couple of weeks here in New York. I see it, so I get a sense of that. The division may not be quite as sharp as you would think, with the Braves having some COVID issues, the Nationals having lost Rendon, Phillies had some pitching issues. So I'll take the Mets as number 5 on my top 5 team list. I'm going to do Twins 4, Donaldson, Cruz, Sano. They got a lot of offense. The shortstop, Kepler, they got a lot of guys who can hit. Maeda will help. Rich Hill could help. They have, you would think, decent enough starting pitching. The division isn't that great. Last year they won about 100 ball games. I think the Twins will be a very, very good offensive team. I think they'll be good enough pitching-wise to get through. They won't win in the postseason because their pitching will not be good enough to beat a real good team in a quick series. But they'll be good in the regular season, so I'll put the Twins at number 4. Astros are further away from the top 2 than they are with the being ahead of the bottom 2. They're closer to Twins to the Mets and the Twins than they are to the Dodgers and the Yankees. But I'll put the Astros at 3. Losing Cole's huge. Verlander a little older. Greinke in the American League. I know they get McCullers back. They get the kid last year, pitched well in the World Series. But I think the Astros will be still very good, but I don't think they're going to be great. And I think the Cole loss is too big a loss for them that, they're going to probably make the playoffs and they'll be an effective team. But I don't think they're going to win the World Series. I'll put the Astros right now at number 3. I put the Dodgers at 2. I would put them a little closer to the Yankees. But the problem I have with the Dodgers is obviously losing Price. Buehler seems like he's not necessarily going to be ready right out of the get-go. I don't love their starting pitching. Their bullpen, with Jansen is not phenomenal. I think they're a little shy from that standpoint. Kershaw's not nearly as good as he used to be. So I will put the Dodgers at 2. You love the lineup. And, with Betts and everything else, they're interchangeable. They got lots of depth. So you have to respect that. But their starting pitching, to me, puts them down a peg. And Buehler, too, I'm a little worried. He hasn't done much so far. And he's going to be a little behind as we begin the year. I'll put them 2. And I'm going to put the Yankees at 1. I know that the Yankees, with, some situations you got to keep an eye on. No Severino, Tanaka, who knows with Judge. Stanton will get hurt. I get that, but I now with Chapman with the coronavirus, but I think the Yankees have too much depth in their bullpen. Cole looks sharp as attack. They got offense all over the place. I think the Yankees, I thought on March 9th, so I'll stick with it. I think the Yankees are by far and away the best team. So Mets, Twins, Astros, Dodgers, Yankees, my top 5. I think Bruce will add one, take one out, and he says hello. Bruce, take it away.
Hello, Christopher. So why teams like the Mets and Twins say over an A's team that is coming off back-to-back 97-win seasons?
Fair. Maybe because the A's usually take a little longer to get fired off. They usually get off to some slow starts, and then by late June they go crazy, and they can't afford that this year. So maybe that is why I'm a little off on Oakland. Plus, my last feel of Oakland is getting pounded by Tampa in a playoff game, which is nothing new. That's why I didn't put Oakland in the top 5. But you could easily do that, 100%.
And the only other qualm I would have with your list is I have to have the Rays somewhere. I think the Rays are closer to the 3rd best team in the sport than they are, say, 5. They've got the best pitching staff in baseball, a lot of hit and miss propensity as far as the electric arms they have, basically 1 to 13, 14, 15, however many pitchers they decide to go with. They worry about their run production from a certain standpoint, but I have to have the Rays somewhere there, and the Astros are the real compelling team, as far as their comparison to the Rays. Verlander and Greinke aren't spring chickens anymore. Verlander's coming off the surgery. The bullpen situation's a little dicey right now. They have some injuries and some mysteries going on with their closer, Ozuna right now. That offense is awesome. But other than that, I don't have any major problem with your top five, other than the fact that I have to have Tampa in there in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and I understand that. I get that. I mean, you definitely, Tampa has earned that. I just don't like their offense. I don't like, they 5-inning stuff. They did play Houston well last year, though, and they are, they have navigated themselves. Even 2 years ago, they won 91 games, didn't make the playoffs. No problem with putting Tampa there. I just left them out to annoy you. Good job, Bruce.